Have you ever felt left out? Or maybe someone treated you unfairly and you couldn't figure out why? That's exactly what happened to a young girl named Cinderella. Every day she scrubbed the floors and tended the fires in near silence, while her stepmother and stepsisters filled the house with loud, demanding voices and unkind words. Instead of letting their cruelty turn her bitter, Cinderella protected a warm, gentle glow inside herself, a lantern of hope. The smallest creatures, mice and birds, were drawn to her glow, building a loyal family right in the ashes. Then exciting news arrived. The king announced a grand royal ball, inviting every maiden in the land to an evening of music and dancing at the palace. Her stepmother, however, saw an opportunity to finally crush Cinderella's spirit. She piled on an impossible mountain of chores and forbade her from attending the ball, locking her away from the joy everyone else got to share. Alone by the stone fountain in the garden, Cinderella finally broke down. Under the heavy weight of that sadness, her glowing light began to flicker and dim. It is completely okay to feel sad when bad things happen. But Cinderella refused to let her spark die out completely, and that stubborn little light was about to call in some serious help. Out of thin air, a fairy godmother appeared in the garden. She hadn't arrived by accident. She was drawn specifically to the resilient, warm glow still radiating from Cinderella. The fairy godmother didn't invent magic from nothing. She used the light inside Cinderella to power her spells. But she gave a crucial warning. Since this borrowed magic had a strict time limit, when the clock struck midnight, the spell would break entirely. Magical gowns and golden carriages are wonderful, but they are temporary. The only magic that truly lasts is the quiet strength of a loving disposition. With a wave of her charged-up wand, the fairy godmother chanted the famous, bouncing words, "Bibbidi-bobbidi-boo." Instantly, a simple garden pumpkin swelled outward, stretching and curling until it formed the gleaming gold chassis of a magnificent royal carriage. Next, her loyal mice friends leaped into the air, landing as a powerful team of noble horses with manes spun like silk. Finally, the spell washed over Cinderella herself. The heavy, ash-covered rags melted away, replaced by a breathtaking gown made of starlight and perfectly delicate glass slippers. For the very first time, her outward appearance perfectly matched the beautiful, glowing warmth she had carried on the inside all along. When Cinderella stepped into the palace ballroom, the room went quiet. The prince noticed her immediately. Her radiant, joyful energy commanded his attention, completely independently of the beautiful dress. They spent the entire evening dancing. After years of patience and hard work in the shadows, this was her perfect, happy reward. Then, a heavy, terrifying sound cut through the music. The clock tower was striking midnight. Cinderella broke away, sprinting frantically down the marble stairs. As she ran, the magic began to dissolve back into rags, leaving only one sparkling glass slipper on the steps behind her. She lost the carriage, she lost the gown, but she survived the night because she held on to the one possession that mattered most, her glowing heart. The next morning, the kingdom was bathed in bright daylight. The prince and his guards were knocking on every door, desperately searching for the girl who could fit the glass shoe. When they arrived at Cinderella's house, the stepsisters pushed to the front. They twisted and squeezed, trying to force their feet into the tiny slipper. But you cannot fake being the right person. Then, from the back of the room, Cinderella stepped forward in dusty rags. She sat down, and the delicate shoe slipped perfectly onto her foot. That simple moment proved something vital. True identity has nothing to do with wearing the fanciest clothes. It is entirely about the person you are underneath. Her stepfamily stared in absolute shock. Cinderella faced a choice. She could use this moment to be angry and punish them for years of cruelty, or she could do something else. She chose to forgive them. That single act of forgiveness caused her inner lantern to burst outward. The light washed away the gray gloom of her past, replacing it with vibrant, permanent warmth. Carriages always turn back into pumpkins. Fancy dresses always turn back into rags. But staying kind when life treats you unfairly, that is a real-life magic. and it will always guide you straight toward your own happy ending.